WJFK. Ron Bennington, Fez Watley with you tonight. Thanks for being with us live on a Wednesday.
Saying goodbye to our buddy tonight, Fezzy. It's Rory Hampton's last night with the show. He's going on to bigger and better things. AOL Time Warner Cable Television. He's going to be producing commercials.
TV commercials. That's the next step for our Rory Hamptons after 2.5 years with the Ron and Fez show.
He's basically, the way I see him right now going into the TV business, I see him as being one of the American juniors. And that we saw on television last night, that's just going to thrill us for years to come.
American juniors, I now have a new favorite TV show.
You know what? Here's what I worry about with that. Last night's show, I agree. I TiVoed. I thought it was great. I worry as when we get down to just the good kids, the talented kids, it'll be a lot less funny.
Yeah, because, well, you sort through the riffraff and the bad acts last night, and you're right. It's now, there's really no one to laugh at, a fat kid trying to sing or dance.
Did you notice the fat kid went in, the one that they showed messing up?
Yeah.
I saw his picture, and I go, what did he do?
Where he started hacking during the song?
Yeah, what is he going to be, the catcher or the goalie? Well, you know, I don't know whether it's riffraff. I would rather than see a really talented young dancer, I like to see little kids doing crazy dances.
I like any kid. You see this last night on American Juniors. Any kid that for the dance portion would start doing the robot.
Yeah.
That always cracks me up.
And you know, and I think they do it because their parents laugh so hard and go, you're just so precious. You're precious the way you do that robot.
That's what makes them laugh at home. There was that one kid, Morgan Burke. He's a little Urkel. He's the kid who tried to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, but really tried to jazzy it up.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there saying, kid, sing the damn song the way it's supposed to be.
Well, did you see his mama? She was all there for him the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
White people.
You did the mama come
Yeah, I know. I fell into Fez's thing of acting like, okay, I'll be black.
And then then they let him do a dance, and I swear all he needed was the suspenders, and he's doing the Urkel.
Well, he was a terrific dancer. The kid that was dancing with his heads up over his head, I thought he was the best dancer of the night. I don't know whether, did Mikey D, who was a child actor, see this show last night?
I'm not sure if he did or not, but I'll tell you what, I saw Mikey D on this show last night. Every parent reminded me of Mikey D.
Really? You think Mikey's a stage parent?
I think Mikey is a stage parent. I may not realize it, but I think Mikey D is a stage parent.
Now, I was wondering, I know, because his mom was a stage mom, and, you know, he had a lot of problems with that. But I was wondering if a lot of the stage parents who watched that show last night were now going to be able to go, oh, my God, I see how bad I behaved. But I don't know. You know, when I was a Little League coach, we had to watch this film before you can get your coaching certificate of crazy videotapes of parents. And parents would be just screaming at their kids and others and diving over the fences. So it's pretty common, I think, for boys to have that kind of pressure. I don't know if it always is for, like, girls, unless they're into dance or something. I didn't know that the cliches are just exactly real.
Yeah, they're dead on. If you watch American Juniors, there's so many mothers. Well, the parents outside waiting to get in. Of course, they can't quit singing themselves. The kids are there to sing. They're their audition, and the parents can't quit singing. Then when the kids do get on stage, every parent, especially the mothers on this part, were mouthing the words with each and every song.
And some of them even doing the hand gestures, which was really uncomfortable. Basically saying, I want to be that person up there on the stage.
That's what it basically is. It comes down to that.
They reminded me so much of you, Mikey.
But I don't do that.
Really. Are you busting his balls?
I really don't do that to Lene. I wouldn't want to do that to her because that's why I couldn't even watch it, because it just brings back too many bad memories of, like, when I was a kid. And it's bad for boys and girls because you have those.
Right.
You know how these poor kids that are on the show with their mothers mouthing the words, they must have done it thousands of times at home.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can tell.
Here was the other thing. There would be like a camera outside. They would make their kids sing there in the parking lot. A woman was trying to make her kids sing in the car. Like Michael Jackson or Paul McCartney could even pull that off. If Paul McCartney pulled up and just started singing one of his songs, you'd be like, get out of here.
They had the camera.
You're in a car, you idiot.
They had the cameras on the parking lot, And they got so many responses, they had to start turning traffic away. So they're filming that, them telling the parents, I'm sorry, we're full, you have to turn around up here and go back out. And the woman screaming at her kid in the back seat, there's a camera, now's your chance to sing. Now. And they have to drive away. And you hear the kid yelling no from the back seat.
Some of them would yell no. Now, the other weird part of it is, and as bad as that is, I guarantee you, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, whatever the other little girl is who was on that show with them, Christina Aguilera, I guarantee you they all had stage mothers.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have that, how are you going to get there? So, I mean, here are people that they could go look at, Britney's mom lived away from the dad, even. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, she took her on tour before she even made it, and they lived in New York while she trained. They lived in Orlando without the dad. They actually broke up the family, kept the family apart, where the kid's not even near the dad, but these people hit. So I guess it's worth it for them.
Yeah, there were so many stories last night when they're just interviewing families, and it's like, we're from Texas, and my mom and dad drove 16 hours to get me here tonight, and we're really tired.
Well, even worse than that, my problem is sexing up some of the little girls.
Yeah.
And there was some of it where you're like, okay, if I'm in the islands, I expect this. You know what I mean?
The little girl with the feathers and the halter top?
If I'm in Cambodia, yeah, I'm going to shell out a few bucks. But this is America.
Cambodian Idol. Cambodian Juniors.
So, I mean, they are definitely trying to turn these little kids into sex symbols.
And then there's that fakeness. Like when I watch the kids, like singing, and they're putting on that fake smile. You can see in their eyes.
They'll all bring up pageants.
That's just so fake.
Yeah, all the mothers and grandmothers are ready to spit out the credentials. She won Grand Talent in Newberry, Florida.
I saw that one, too. And then the grandmother's smoking. This kid's unbelievable. And then when the kid didn't make it, tell me what to do. Is she fixable? Let me know if it can be fixed. Get rid of the ears. We pin the ears back.
The granddaughter is sitting right there, and the grandmother wants to know if she's a lost cause. Screaming into the camera. That thing was surreal. The grandmother, she's this old, cranky woman with a big cigarette in her mouth.
Inside what building with children can you smoke Pall Malls? It's 2003. And I'm like, how is she getting away with this?
And she's on a motorized scooter. And this thing, I don't know if this is the right term, but it looks so Bergman or Fellini because the little girl is singing and dancing and doing the big doo-wah, doo-wah. And there's the grandmother parked perpendicular to her with the cigarette smoke going sideways. It looks so weirdly positioned.
Here's what I loved about it, though. Is like the grandma didn't have anything wrong with her legs. She was like 71, and the lungs were gone from smoking Pall Malls.
Yeah.
And there she is, still hitting on them.
Yeah, the legs were crossed and just kicking in time.
Mikey, I just have to say that I don't know how you can say you're not one of those stage parents.
Oh.
And I'll tell you this. You know how Lene does the opening for the Paulo segment? When
Showtime with the Paulo?
Yes, she came in to record that, and Mikey was here. One mistake. He's already started with, no, Lene, this is not how we practice it. He has her walking up and down the hallways, and on top of all of it, he's doing the lines, too. He's doing takes. He's like trying to sneak them in.
See, I don't think you're a mean stage mom, like the traditional sense, but I think you're a stage parent.
You're one of those ones you mouth the words along. You're one of the ones that you really want to be the guy. And as Lene's doing it, you're trying to sneak in on her feet. I have takes of you doing all the same lines. Lene did.
I'm fooling around with her.
Oh, that's sick.
And the other thing, too, is God forbid if she calls in and doesn't hit it, I hear you out in the hallway calling her up. Is this how we went over it? I mean, you really, like...
The Paulo things you coach her for, or is she just being...
Well, no, some of the blurbs, I tell her, I give her a little writing. Well, she does her own little thing, but then everything else that she does after the blurb, that's her.
I know.
Right,
I didn't tell her to start singing, I got the...
I was expecting some nut last night to start singing. I got the Girl Scout feeling down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
Where?
Down in my heart.
See, I never told her to do that.
That's the
I
best
hope
stuff.
not.
That's the best
right,
stuff.
exactly.
But here's the thing: would she rather be playing than calling the show?
If she doesn't want to call the show, I say that's fine.
Would you rather be sleeping than calling the show?
I will look you in the eye and say, both of you guys, that if
here's the
she
thing,
said it before, I don't want to call.
I know that you think that and you feel that, but if Wonder Boy caught you doing this, maybe you're not aware.
Okay.
Yeah.
When
I'm telling you this, when I was a baseball coach for little kids, and they were like 10 years old, and some of the fathers who would, be really working too hard, I would always go over them going, hey, it's not that important. At 10 years old, let's not worry where the shoulder is and the knee. Let them swing away, and that's the fun of this. Yet some of these guys, they want their kids to do so well, and they're not screaming at them, but it's so much of fundamentals that the kid is not playing anymore, and he's doing something like work.
Those robot moves.
No, when she came here and did those voiceovers, she did it in one take, or like not more than one take.
What is that bragging about?
See,
what does that mean?
Those are the comments.
My thing is, why should a kid have to do something in one take?
And she was voted Grand Talent in Newberry, Florida.
But I didn't like.
That I'm impressed with.
I didn't say to her, Lydia, you got to get this right. What the hell are you doing? I'm not like that. I mean,
I don't think you're a mean stage mom.
But is there pressure on her?
There is no pressure on her.
I'm asking Wonder Boy.
Oh.
This is the thing, and I wasn't there, but she had the paper in front of her and everything already kind of memorized with this really kind of zombie read, like, I better get this right, or it's going to be... And the other thing,
she's a zombie now.
The other thing, too, is an outtake. I don't know that I kept it, but she messed it up once, or this one word was tough for her to read, right? And you can hear Mikey go, and she goes,
oh, no.
Like, I've been down this road before.
Oh, predominantly.
Yeah.
Was the word.
And she's like,
do you have these? I've never heard them.
I can look for them. I'm not sure they have them here with us anymore, but I can go check.
Where would they be? Where
the
else?
Museum.
You sent them to the radio and television museum.
No, I didn't send them there yet.
Maybe Rory's got them over at AOL.
Log on and ask Rory.
No, I'm not that bad with her.
Yeah, I think you're right. Fez, when we say goodbye to Rory tonight,
Goodbye.
that'll be it.
That's perfect.
We'll be signing off. Are you going to go look, Wonder Boy? All right, Mikey, here's the thing.
Yes.
Rather than defend it so much, maybe be open to this, because I wasn't here, and I didn't know that she even... Well, shows weren't her stuff that her calling in. Although sometimes I hear her mom coaching her.
No.
I'm like,
Yeah, you can hear Helen in the background sometimes.
Well, that's just her walking
Get it
around.
right.
No.
Get it right.
And Helen is probably just
Smoking a
walking
cigarette
around.
on her motorized scooter. Sometimes I hear the scooter wheels squeal in the background.
Is she fixable, Ron? You've been in the business a long time. Tell me if the kid's fixable.
I hope this show stays good.
No, she loves doing, calling up and talking to you guys. Again, sometimes with the blurbs, like, she doesn't know exactly what the movie is, and I'll explain it to her.
She doesn't have to do a blurb. It's okay.
I mean, it was just, if she wants to do it, that's fine. But then when she goes off on her own with the, ass whack and all that stuff, that's all her. That's nothing to do with me.
Well, I do remember when she came in for her birthday.
Right.
And she got really tired in the second half of the show, like any normal person would.
Right.
Like Fez does.
Sure, it's late. And, we were thinking about taking her in the production room to cut those things then.
Right.
And she was really saying she was tired and wants to go home. And Ronnie and I were, she can go home. That's all right. And you were kind of against that.
Well, I didn't want her to go home at that moment.
We're not quitters. She's got to be professional. Believe me, these guys can blackball you, and you'll never work in radio again, Lene.
But I didn't.
There'll be no man, Cal, in your future.
If you stay past 10, SAG pays time and a half.
I didn't force her to go into the production room and do it. I knew she was tired.
But
thank goodness.
Mikey, it seems like you're putting a little pressure on her, that's all.
Well, I wanted her to do her best.
Why do you want that? She's a child. She's how old?
She's 6.
All right, so at 6, she does not have to do her best on a radio show.
Well, I mean, like today, she had her little dance recital at school.
Oh, God.
And all the time when I come home, I mean, I have nothing to do with this, but she's doing her "Hey, little Mr. Postman" little dance that she was
Sure,
singing.
make Daddy love her. I understand.
And it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like I was saying, no, you got to do it right. You got to do it this move and that move.
When my parents fought, I used to lip sync Harper Valley PTA and shake my little bum.
That was last year, and it wasn't little. And we were in a restaurant.
I'm going to fake sick so they'll get back together.
Maybe if you drink furniture polish, they'll love you. That was my game. All right, Mikey. But see, no, I think you're being so defensive, and you're so worried about the way your mom treated us that, I mean, not us, you.
Well, we were in that act together.
That you think that we're calling you your mom. We're not. We're saying, though, you're probably putting a little pressure like these parents last night. You need to watch them.
And there's no mother there. Even the really mean, nasty ones, like that woman, Ashley, and her daughter who got kicked out after round one, and she was just going off, cussing out the camera and everything. Even that woman doesn't think she's a stage mother. One of the things she cussed at the camera is, I'm not a stage mom.
And they'll all say, oh, my kids love this. And maybe they do,
and,
you know?
And whose kid looked more miserable last night? That woman's.
But I used to love to play baseball when I was a kid, but I didn't want to play in 8 different leagues and every day until I stopped enjoying it.
Well, you see that kid like last night looking miserable. He or she? I don't.
She.
It was a she. Okay.
And then the mom started screaming at her in the parking lot as she's cussing out the camera to start singing again, and actually yelled "Go" at her twice.
Because this kid probably knows what hell that she's going to go through on that ride home because she was not accepted. I do not do that with Lene. Never.
I don't think you're a mean stage mom.
I don't think you are either. But I think that there could be. I think that you want her to do well.
Well, I've held.
Why would you care if she does well or not at 6 years old?
Because I think she could do it. I think she could be the best that she could be.
But that doesn't. That's the thing. She doesn't have to be the best she can be. She can be 6.
You got to.
And Fez and I would think it was adorable.
Yeah. No one expects her to be the next Canyon Grove. That little kid looks just like Leif Garrett. He's going to be a huge star. Put it in Radio Psychic.
All right, I know. All right, there.
Radio Psychic.
And I'm going to give you a Radio Psychic.
Radio Psychic.
He has adorable hair and cute eyes, and he can't sing a lick.
He moved on.
That kid, oh, yes, he did. There's no doubt about it, because of his big puffy hair.
Yeah.
But he couldn't sing a damn.
He sings really bad, but he's perfect for what they're looking for. They're going to put together a group of 5 kids to make like some sort of kid group.
All right, my Radio Psychic.
Radio Psychic.
He won't make it. But the little girls who do will look much too sexy. There was one girl that was 13 that had the big mouth.
Yeah.
That you're like, hey. And then I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. That's sick and twisted.
She was one singing outside.
Yeah.
No, there was the one girl who's singing, I'm your lady and you are my man.
I know, it's too much. Thank you. The only thing I like is there's a lot of 70s soul out of those little kids.
And what is it with these little girls all wearing the giant newsy caps? They all look like...
Those 2 sisters were, yeah. They were both cute, so too cute.
If you watch the show, yeah, the twins, Samantha and Sasha.
Oh, no, the twins were hideous with the crazy pants on.
Oh, I know which, the other two sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
The twins with the crazy pants just totally weirded me out, and I have a twins phobia as it is.
But if you watch this show, all the little girls, like the little girl who's 100% half Italian,
yeah,
they're all wearing these big giant hats that make them look like 1890s paper boys.
I'm telling you, they're trying to hot these kids up, and it's very uncomfortable. 866-277-4969. Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Matt.
You guys were I heard Ron talk about how he used to coach baseball teams and the parents would be like that. I played basketball with the kid for about 6 years. Somehow we were always in the same league, and somehow we always got picked for the same teams. And every time there would be a game, his dad would be there cheering him on, and a little too much. And every time his son would shoot a free throw, his dad would stand up in the crowd, shoot the free throw with him, and scream, "Follow through. You got to follow through. Remember, follow through." And when we wouldn't be playing, we'd be at practice basketball, they was like, "What's up with your dad?" He said, "I don't know, but I wish I never picked up that ball."
I know.
There's an absolute hell that he wish he never picked up that basketball.
People can be maniacs.
You see, Mikey?
I'm not like that at all. I mean, again...
All right, Mikey, this guy does not... Maybe if this happens every once in a while, if someone brings up this, you should think to yourself, you know what, I'll take a look at that and see if I've done even the slightest bit of that. But you're so quick to say, no, that's not me.
The guy...
what was really bad was he would always come to practice, and we had a head coach and assistant coach, and he tried to weasel his way into being the assistant coach, just so that he could be there at practice as well, coaching his son along. And his son just told us, he's like, God, I wish I had never played basketball. I hate this sport, but I can't quit. He won't let me.
And that guy has probably never raised his voice. He's just annoying and pushy as hell, and yelling follow through.
It's too much pressure. Who cares? It's an effing free throw. We're 9.
Yeah, you don't have to scream to make someone feel that kind of pressure.
Hey, did you see the commercial with the little kid shooting baskets?
I love that kid.
I was just telling you about him on Regis the other day.
Yeah, little kid, 2.5, 3 years old, 3.5.
3 years old.
3 years old, hits 18 baskets in a row.
Here is, you don't have it, huh, Wonder Boy?
No, unfortunately, I had it.
We have it tomorrow?
Yeah, I can have it tomorrow.
All right, we'll listen to it then.
I think I have a copy at home if you need me to
Wonder
bring
Boy,
that in.
I wasn't here for this, so I don't know, but I want you to just tell the truth, not on-air ball busting. You mean what you're saying about Mikey?
I mean that it seems he really holds her to a high standard of excellence for someone that's that young. Definitely, yeah. I'm not just saying this to break your ball.
But am I the, stage mother, stage
Why
father?
can't you listen to that
Mikey,
part? You know what? See, here's the thing. It's like if you find, and I'm not comparing you to a child molester.
Okay.
But a child molester will always say, hey, well, I never, slipped my D. And you're like, oh, thank you for that one. You know what I mean? So you didn't, you did not, there's more than one type of thing. And we're saying pressure, not abuse. Maybe you're putting pressure on her.
Mikey, the thing is that when they said that there was people that were mouthing along and stuff, because I didn't see the show, but when they were describing that, they were describing you while Linnea was reading those things, which is why I brought it up. So, I mean, it depends if you think those people are stage parents, but you were doing all those same kind of things.
I don't know if there's anyone that would ever call themselves a stage parent.
Well, see, now, when I saw Canyon's parents, I thought they were just laid-back California people.
Right.
They didn't give off the gimmick of being a stage parent. The guy who was crying because of his kid singing, I'm sure that he wasn't, but just having that reaction to his child makes his child think this is really important for him. Why is that guy crying because his kid's singing?
Yeah,
that's not him. You've got to separate a little bit and say, this is that person's talent or interest.
That's such a great point, because that's a guy who is probably not coaching the girl.
Right.
He's giving her no instruction. He took her to the audition. But it's so important to him when she looks out in that audience and sees tears streaming down his face.
Why would he do that?
Yeah, that he, you know.
And you know what? You can't do that in private. You can't actually think, I'm so proud of my little girl, and I'll tell her that whether she wins or loses. But to sit there and sob because she's on stage, who gives an F?
There was the mom and the daughter.
Necklace bastard. You have no neck. Why don't you try to grow a neck and then cry about that?
There was the mom and the daughter who came outside after they got chucked out. The mom looked like Rosie O'Donnell when she rides the motorcycle. She had the bandana on. And she is just the girl is trying to hold it together. And the mom is sobbing and trying to explain to the camera how upset the daughter is over this. She'll be okay, but my daughter's upset. I'll be okay.
I didn't start till she did. But we really enjoyed it.
And it's a good experience for her.
And who gives an F? You're not on a television show? Guess what? 99% of America doesn't get on television shows. So what?
Right.
That's not what it's about. Here's, I know everybody thinks they're a good dad, but you don't want to be a Mikey D, folks. You want to let the children be children. Here's Lisa. You're on Ron and Fez.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead, sweetheart.
There was a woman on Dr. Phil who was so convinced her little 6-year-old boy was just like the next coming. It was so hilarious. And she had quit her job because she had to take him to auditions and take him to get his hair done and take him to get his shots, his movie shots.
Oh.
And she was asking, she was asking Dr. Phil, I already quit my job and I want my husband to move with me to Hollywood because the little boy he loves it. It's for him. He loves it. He loves being on stage.
Right.
And Dr. Phil said, you mean you have a 6-year-old boy who loves attention?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, She's like, yeah. Do you mean to tell me that your boy loves when people clap when he does something funny? She's like, well, yes. And she looks so stupid.
There was one little kid last night in the interview portion. He actually said, I'm the next Elvis. And it's
was
like...
that Canyon?
No, that wasn't a Canyon. Canyon Grove? No.
You know what we were saying at my house? Who's better than Canyon?
Nobody.
We said the whole night.
I thought the
Of course,
same thing.
kids love attention.
All right, thanks, Lisa.
And that little kid who said, I'm the next Elvis, someone's telling him that. He don't know Elvis Presley.
No, Elvis was dead 15 years before he was born.
But here's something. Like, I've called up Lene in front of Billy, let's say.
Oh, God.
Just wait a minute. Just 1 second here. And I know Billy can vouch to me with this.
Billy can pouch for you.
You
He's
know what?
been
I will say this before we even ask Billy. Harry and Wonder Boy have shown me a whole different side of Mikey than I know. Go ahead, Mikey.
Okay. I've said on the phone when I've called Lene, I said, or I've spoken to my wife, I've said, does she want to get on, does she want to get on the phone? And I go, you sure? Okay, fine, great, put her on. And that's it. I walk away from it. I go, okay, Lene, that's it. And that's, if she doesn't want to get on the phone or to call up, that's cool with me. I don't go back home and start beating her or yelling at her.
No one has
ever said that, Mikey. I want you to know that.
I probably do have a little bit of that show business stage motherish thing.
Okay,
but
now we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah, now acceptance.
Well, that's because I was brought up in that way.
But you're saying it was terrible for you.
It was terrible because of what was done. It was to the extreme. With Lene, I'm not like that at all, to that extreme. I could be, I guess, maybe, trying to make her do her best. But again, if she doesn't do her best, or if she doesn't do exactly what she's supposed to do, I don't get crazed on it.
Why do you care whether she does her best or not? Like if she's coloring, does she have to do her best?
She's a really good artist. She's better than me when I was 6 or now. So, I mean, I don't get crazed when she doesn't, like, if she goes over the lines or anything like that. I don't, go nuts on that.
She's a great artist. She's a great performer.
I'm sure she's better than Wonder Boy.
And she's in the smart first grade.
She went to the top class, baby.
And she
Where else could she be?
Yeah.
She couldn't come home and say, I'm just in with the regular kids.
Yeah,
and she got to introduce the show today.
Right.
At the big recital at school.
I didn't know that. That's the teacher to that,
And what's your relationship with the teacher that you told me about?
How's that?
The teacher and I are pretty close. I like to videotape her today.
Now, that's uncomfortable.
That's really uncomfortable.
Does she know that you're doing it?
She was watching me do it, yeah.
And where were you what were you videotaping?
She was bending over, so I was making sure the video camera was...
What grade's Lene in?
She's in kindergarten.
Wow.
Did the kids see Lene's dad videotaping the butt, I guess?
No, the breast area.
The breast area.
And the butt. No, the other mothers did. They were laughing.
You're going to be brought up on charges.
They know how I am.
There.
Everybody
I'll be there
knows
with this
me.
tape.
Where do I sign?
Everyone knows me.
An
in that
affidavit.
neighborhood. They know I'm
Sure
crazy.
they do. Sure they do.
Yes, here he comes again. Watch out, Mr. Video.
You have to register with the state. Obviously, they all know you. Here's Dwayne, and I'm going to check with Billy whether, and
What's
just
up,
what
Ron
he
and
thinks
Fez?
if there's too much pressure. Dwayne, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
Listen, you got to give that guy a little break. I'm telling you, I got 4 nieces. I don't even know what grade they're in, but I'm telling you, I saw one of them walk across the stage to get their little first grade diploma or whatever it was, and I cried like a simpering little child. I couldn't help it. It doesn't matter. They could have farted the national anthem, and I still would have cried. It has nothing to do with how good they're doing. I mean, my niece, I had no idea how good my niece was in school, but I swear to God.
I know it's touching when you see kids grow up. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, but the thing is that if you love them like that, to me, you have to love them like that all the time. Not just when they're winning, not just when they have talent, and not just when they're doing their best.
I love Lene all the time.
I do. Cry with anybody doing, any of my nieces doing absolutely anything. I cry whenever they do anything.
I understand it completely, man. Now, Wonder Boy busted you pretty hard, and I didn't hear these tapes. You said Billy will defend you. Who else? Anybody
I don't know
else?
if
Rory?
he'll defend me, but he should have heard that. I remember I've called her
Billy?
in front of Billy.
I do hear Mikey talking to Lene, prepping her,
Prepping her.
Yeah, prepping her with.
Would you say it's an uncomfortable amount or it's just normal?
It's a little uncomfortable, but I never heard. Are you sure you want to do this? I've always heard working on the wording and say it this way, and no.
But never a choice being made.
I've
Now,
never heard you say.
I want you to shoot, not work. I want you to tell the truth.
Mikey, I'm looking you in the eye. I've never heard you say, are you sure you want to go on the air?
Have you ever woken her up? Said, please wake up, Lene. We're going on the air.
Let me ask this.
This is important.
And I don't know the answer to this. I'm asking. When Lene's done, like when she's on with Polo, and we hang up, we go to break, are there follow-up phone calls?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's
Lene?
Yeah, and there's a phone call every night at 10 p.m. too. Just every night he calls her, just to,
Are you tapping? Are you doing your tap dancing lessons?
No, I want to wish her good night before I get home.
Make sure you brush that hair 100 times.
Pretty hands. Rory, you have the chance. We're not coaching anybody.
No, not at all. I've never actually seen him yell at Lene. However, I have seen him yell at his wife to yell at Lene. Like,
what would he say? What would he say to the wife?
He will tell her, be like, make sure she's ready. Just make sure she does this. Make sure she does that. Like, just really, really be really. And it's not even just like, I'll make sure she gets to bed on time or something like that. He's like really stern about it.
Is it about stuff on the show?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I know when Lene came in for her birthday here, Mikey was like totally just pushed. Like the girl was sleeping practically in the hallway, and he just kept pushing her on there. Like, all right, time to get on the air, and was pushing her into the studio.
That's not true because I took her out.
Responsible too.
I took her out of the studio.
We kept saying, please take the little girl home. She's tired.
Here's Ron. You're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, Ron.
Hey, I just wanted to say that I think Mikey D has some unhealthy behavior towards the child. I think he's acting just like his parents did with him. And I think that, when Ron asked him about the coloring, is there a problem when she's coloring or if she doesn't color correctly? And all of a sudden he's like, she's a very good artist.
Great is what I heard.
And she's not an artist. She's 6 years old. Picasso was an artist.
Extremely competitive, and I think it's kind of scary. He might be at a safe level right now, but I think later on it's going to turn and develop into
like your redlining
where his parents had.
When I was 6, I was doing the Ed Sullivan Show. I was being thrown into dance class. I was thrown into voice lessons. I don't do that to Lene.
When we met Lene, what was the shirt that she had on? Because I remember it.
I'm a superstar. I didn't buy that. Her mother did.
No further questions. We got to take a break.
Yes, we do.
866-277-4969. It's WJFK and Ron and Fez.